This one was one of the first quilts that Dad did, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, but it's longer than it is. This also is one of the few ones that does not do anymore, where he has left the button on it, on the edging. They all have the tags and everything else, but this is what I call the window pane, and he calls it the hourglass. So you can see them both in there with a touch of, what's fun is seeing the matching pockets. See, these two match here, and these two match. It's just all part of the design. Okay, now we're over in the little house, and there's the second room with all my stuff junked that I hope to have all straightened out before you get back for the umpteenth time. But this is Dad's quilting room. He even has his own TV. And it's pretty flowers and fans to keep cool by. And there's his industrial machine that we gave him for Christmas last year. This is his machine that he had upstairs. We have Venetian blinds on the windows and a clock on the wall. And now the Risses and Leger are going to help me hold up his quilts so you can see what he's done and what he's doing, some of what he's doing. Okay, this is one of Dad's quilts, and it's hard to show it without show all of it, because I think it's 5 down and 5 across. You can see there's 5. I'm going to show you up close if the girls will hold it still for just a minute. If I can get it to focus in correctly. This one is actually fold about the top 2 back. Okay, that shows the browns in it, and the different colors and the different mixtures. And it's hard to, way up high, girls. Up, up, up. See, and there's 2 more squares up on the top. Okay, this is his red one. This is a favorite of everybody's, and you'll see even up top, if I can get it to focus in, he edges it with waistbands, and we have a red one right at the top. The little pocket on that patch come out is your coin pocket. A lot of people think it's a child's pocket, but it's a coin pocket, and that's the different patches of ways to put it together. Okay, now I'll just take a long shot at it. Pull it straight, girls. You can see how the white makes the decor on down. This has been a favorite. I think this took a blue ribbon. I think he entered this one in the fair last year, and it took a blue ribbon, I think. Anyway, way up high, girls. Okay, this one, the fair this year and the state fair took 4th place, and it didn't. Should have won a hands down. I'm not prejudiced. I know what they were gauging on, except they did mention the one bad thing about it was over on the corner, the waistband was curved in. And it's funny because any pants that guys wear, it's curved in naturally anyway. But anyway, that was one of the marks against it. But this is a pretty green one, or teal, I guess you call that. And that's one of the patterns. He did this, hold it still girls, he did this by what they call strip quilting, by sewing a whole bunch of strips together, and then somehow he cuts them, whatever. He hasn't showed me yet. And these are just small pockets, they're not your tiny ones. And this is what's called in the quilting world a card trick. Looks like squares, you know, overlapped. This has been they've all been machine quilted. We should have showed you, well, I'll show you. Leger, hold one corner with your right hand and tip the other one back so we can, with your right hand, that's the color, it's just kind of a light off green at the back, and you can see the pattern sewn in with your strip, with your professional machine quilted. Okay, do you want to hold that back up? Way up high, girls. And I will have to take a pause and get the phone. Okay, straight, Larissa. Peek around the corner, Leger, so we can see who's holding it. There's Leger and there's Larissa. You can see how tiny they are compared to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 underneath. So it's 6. This one's 6 by 6. And even though this one looks the most complicated, it's actually took him the least time to do it. Okay, now on to another, and he doesn't have, notice the waistband, so that's what is kind of his trademark, and I call it a fingerprint, because that's what he edges them with, and I thought it'd be very uncomfortable. However, even the tags, I thought it would be very uncomfortable on the bed, but it really isn't, because you don't have that right up next to your neck anyway. Plastic bag again, but I just want to show you the back. Oh, just a second. Plastic on this one, because it almost looks like a suede. This was a brown, the one with the brown squares, big triangles in it. You can see where it's been machine quilted, and it's but it's looks like a light blue suede. Okay, a gray that was on the back of the red one. You can see how that was machine quilted with that serpentine type stitch. You can see it looks like wiggly like a snake. That's what almost makes it look like it was hand quilted when you have it out for a while. Okay, now we're going to show you one that is my favorite, because except for the black square, this is one of my favorite ones. It's hard for the girls to hold, but I'll try and woo. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 across, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, I think. Okay, if you look at it, it's a fun design, and what makes it especially special is the fact that except for the black squares right there, all of it is used material, even the in between. On the others, the edging right in there, along there, on the others that went around, on the others were new material. But with this one, to me, it was just a total beauty of what you could do with all Levi's. Can't seem to get far enough back, and they can't seem to hold it up high enough to show all of it. But that is my favorite, because that can show you what you can do with Levi's. Even the white is your white denim, and I shouldn't call them Levi's because it's all denim, but it's a heavy grade like your Levi's. That's your white denim with the various colors, and this one is my very, very favorite, and with a touch of color with the red handkerchief. Okay, one of you or both of you, put your hands towards the middle, or just flop it over, yeah. I'll show you a little more, Leger. The back. This one is your bright. It isn't as whatever you call it as the others. This one is very bright, and you know it's there with our little red hanky. Okay, hold it out again one more time. Up, up. Way up and out. straight. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? With just these patches. Okay, this one I'm going to have all the kids turn sideways. So you can see that's a short one. But this he used, and I'm going to zoom in on each one of the squares. Gotta have it out straight, girls. This is what he started doing with these patterns. He'd make up one and try it out and see how it'd work, make some adjustments. You can see how small that one is in comparison to the big one he had. But when he has an idea for a pattern, that's what he'll do to make up. This one here is one that's going to be a new quilt coming in. And that one is the one he did in the red. Let's see, and this one down here is the one he did with a little coin pocket. Looks like it's in a room. Put it in a little different place, however. And this one, even though it's hard to see, he took that pattern and then rearranged it for this one. This one's kind of hard to see. You can see with the different colors and stuff makes it hard to see, but you can see that block in the middle. And that particular pattern he did for his mother and gave that quilt to his mother. And I can't show you that one. But this is it of what he did. Was able to add some edges to make the blocks the same size to fit in. And there's another one with some of the small ones he did. And that way he was able to fit them in and make a quilt out of the patterns he did with this one. This one has a fun back to it if you want to tip that over, girls. Just looks Western enough to go with the Levi quilt, doesn't it? Right now, Larissa, Lachey. Okay, this is one I've done out of sweaters. The bright pink in the middle I wasn't sure would work because it's so holey, but the batting isn't coming out, and it just shows you what's fun with sweaters. The bright edge around it come from a robe, so they have sweaters, robes, sweats, and the kids can point and see. I mean, some of these are so grungy in pajamas. And where's yours, Leger? That you've got to cut them out in the right spots to be able to not get the grunge. And then we did a quilting stitch and did it by hand using crochet thread. And there is the star, Papa, of the Levi quilt. Okay, now if you kids want to flip that so you can see the other side, clear over, because that's what's fun on this one, to see the design from this one with the little road and designs and stuff. Yes. Pull it out straight, Larissa. Okay. And that's a warm, what do you call that, a fleece on the back, so it's very warm. Quilt made from, what made this unique and fun was one of Larissa's sweaters. It was so grungy, grody, or whatever you want to call it, that all we could get out of it, fix the corner, Leger, is the kittens. And if you'll see what this little kitten is doing on this side and right across the thing, it's doing the same thing, just turned a different way. The one in the middle has two little kittens, and the one on the very bottom, if they'll reach it up high enough, has two little kittens playing together. Now, the other thing that might be of interest to you, if you'll look, that is the same design side by side as Dad did his red patches out of, and also that green patch I showed you. See how it's edged with the little cats? It's all that came out of that grody sweater. and we got short, so she had to really scrub even one little cat to be able to put him on there. But that has no edgings, and is, put it straight, Leger, but it has no borders in between them, so it makes it look a lot different. And this is a pink and lavender. Well, I guess you can see it from where I'm looking at in the video. It looks black and white, but anyway, okay, hold it up, way up high, all of it if you can. This one is unfinished, so I can't show you the back yet. It's a little bigger than the last one. See, even away, right there, it looks like little bows. So it's fun what you can do, and there's your squares, different colored squares. So it's fun what you can do even with the patterns that I've snitched from Jessie, from Dad. Someday we'll get this one finished. Do you feel like you've been working?
Yes. Sold.